Hi, welcome to Trading with TK, teaching you to turn ideas into money. We're at www.tradingwithtk.com, and today's Monday, August 25th. Well, on Friday, one of my final entries on my post, I had told everybody that my short-term indicator was very overbought and that it needed to pull back and correct. And so that's what we got today. It pulled back quite a bit. The Dow was down like 240 points. So Friday up 190, today down 240, and we're getting some pretty big moves. So if you're one of these day traders trading the Qs or the QIDs or the SPYs or the DDDI, the DOs, or any of those other instruments, you're having a field day, and that's great. So the indicator corrected that overbought condition. Now we got ourselves in a situation where we're pretty oversold. And I'm expecting a correction on the upside now, probably tomorrow, if the indicator plays out the way that it's been with its track record. We're quite oversold, and I do believe we'll get sometime tomorrow we're going to get some sort of a rally. Now, all of this still is not changing the fact that we're still waiting for two key areas. One area needed to get broken out on the upside to give us another signal, or an area on the downside to break down that says the market's sloppy and it's just not ready to go up again. Neither one of those areas have been breached yet. So in our final segment, we'll go over all those areas and we'll show you what we're waiting for to happen. In the meantime, these 200-point moves up and down, it's a good trading market. The other issue I had was, I have a watch list of about 500 stocks that I've put together over the time. I won't say years, some of them years, sometimes less, but I go through these a couple times a day. And today I went through them and nothing jumped out at me. So I went through them again and still nothing jumped out at me, either long or short. I like to see patterns that jump out at me and say, this looks like a no-brainer. I have to have a really strong feeling about it, and I didn't get any strong feelings about any of the 500 stocks. So in light of that, we're going to pass on any new ideas for tomorrow because I'm just not sure about any of them. Now, it may change tomorrow or it may change the next day. There's a couple of possibilities, but nothing looked like a no-brainer. So therefore, we're just going to pass on any new ideas for tomorrow. But we will take a look at the one stock that we bought today, BQI. It did pull back like I thought it would pull back a hair more than I thought, but the chart still looks okay. And then we'll go through all the major indexes and we'll show you what we're waiting to see happen to give us our next signal, so to speak. Okay, so don't go away. I will be right back. Okay, we're looking at a daily bar chart of BQI, which I bought this morning. I paid $4.10. I was quite patient with this morning. I let it come down. I got in at 410. Stock closed at 407. Does not violate anything. Let's remind everybody why we bought this. We've got this ascending triangle here, and this is basically what we think is a breakout, pull back into the ascending triangle pattern right in here. There's a little more wiggle room. A couple more pennies tomorrow won't change the picture either. But within a day or two, I do expect it to dig in here and then start to move back up again. But that's what we think this is. This is a breakout, pull back, and go scenario. So we'll put this in our portfolio, and hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll be selling it out here up around $6.70. All right, let's go to the major indexes and let's remind everybody what we're waiting to see happen. Okay, this is the Dow Jones averages. What we're waiting to see happen is we either going to see this low here get broken down here, and that will probably signal that the market's going to continue lower, Or the other thing we're waiting to see happen is a breakout above that area, which will signal that the market wants to do better. So in the meantime, we're having these 200-point up and down days, and you know what? It could go on for a few more days before anything, substantial happens. Because I said my indicator is pretty oversold. I expect this market to rally back up tomorrow. So we could be stuck in this trading range here for a while. But these are the two areas we're waiting for to get our next signal out of. Okay? My inclination is still on the long side. I still think that this was a pretty important bottom. But until we get through this high here, we're going to play it cautiously. Transportation average. Okay, came down with the rest of the market, but you know what? Held this support area, didn't even get to it. As a matter of fact, it held this little area here, this breakout price, which I find extremely encouraging. Anytime stocks hold their support areas, to me, is a good sign. That's its minor support area, and it held it today, so that's encouraging. But we also need, the two areas we're looking for. We need to see a breakout above that or a breakdown below this, and then we'll have a better feel as to the major move in the market, the major direction. Right now, everything's in limbo, and I see that in all the charts that I went through. Russell 2000. Okay, this is a support area, pulled back into it. Really hasn't violated anything yet. The first thing we need to have happen is we need to get a break above that area here, and then we're going to need a break above this area. So the Russell's going to have some work to do if it wants to continue up. SPY, which is basically Standard & Poor's 500. These are our two critical areas. A break below that, to me, would say market wants to go lower, and a break above that says the market wants to go higher. And the QQQQs, well, this is a pretty big support area. I would think pretty sure that if it gets down here, that this will hold it for a while anyway. But the key area here is it's very similar to the Russell 2000. First, we've got to get through this area, and the more important area is we need to break out above this area. So that's the dilemma we're in. We're waiting to see which way we're going to go, and it could take all week maybe. I don't know how many days it's going to take, but we do know the areas that we're looking at. So until tomorrow, this is TK signing off.